Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stephen Oval as we welcome you to this epic encounter between Villagers and Hamiltons, the oldest derby of them all. Today, our main live streaming sponsor is Resurgenix. They are an experienced and qualified team delivering talent sourcing and recruiting solutions in a new and innovative way. With a reputation for service excellence and vast recruitment expertise, they source, attract and place high-end talent with a deep specialization in IT, engineering, sales and finance verticals. Head on over to Resurgenix. Adrian, good evening and welcome to tonight's encounter.
Oh, what a spectacle it's going to be. The oldest derby in Super League A, Hamiltons versus Villagers. A lot of pride at stake, a lot of history and tradition at stake, and a resurgent Villagers team coming to the Stephen Oval. After a string of consecutive victories, Hammies victorious in their last two encounters against Paarl Rugby Club and also Hamlets. So this should be an absolutely fascinating encounter, Nick. The rivalry, the tension has been building all week, and we're about to kick off.
As Appiya gets us underway with a cheeky grubber. Taking up the field there. Louis now finding Ray Williams. Louis now going blindside. And there's a good counter ruck possession for Villagers.
Well, the ball not controlled on the ground there by Aubrey Kutsia, by the looks of things, and the early scrum going the way of Villagers. Certainly the crowd has got into this one early on, Nick. A lot of singing, the stands are full, the bar's full. It's a fantastic night here at the Stephen Oval. More to come tomorrow on the Greenpoint Precinct.
No wind or rain to speak of, and full joyous crowd members here.
First scrum of the game. It's going to be Bulelani Sali, loose head prop for Villagers. Dion Lawrence and Ethan Jeffrey, they make up the front row. They'll be up against Nick Robeck, Devin Martinez and Aubrey Kutsia. This will be a fascinating tussle here, Nick.
As young Rudy Page puts it in. Turnover, Hammy scrum there. Great way to start the game.
Tremendous passion by the Hammies backer forwards. As they get the penalty, they get the advantage there in the scrum. There's certainly a lot of tension in the air here, Nick. A lot of passion around, a lot of emotion.
One befitting a derby, most definitely.
Well, there was a lot spoken about this fixture in the week. Villagers had promised a massive onslaught coming here to the Stephen Oval, a place that they have rarely won in the last 2 decades. Heinz Steenkamp takes play just over the Villagers' 10-meter line, where Aubrey Kutsia will feed the line.
Kutsia now. Big line out this.
Beautifully taken by Henko Martins at the front as they set a rolling maul. Villagers look like they're in from the side there, but the maul continues. Hammies have got to make something out of this or risk losing possession, but Villagers come away with it.
Oh. Some big hits here. Crunching tackles. Appiya who goes to boot. McLaughlin there with the clean up.
Here goes Wynand McLaughlin.
Good clean there from Hammies. Although number 12 coming in from the side, looks like. Idrich Voljoen. Heinz Steenkamp now isolated. Louis Nell now. Going wide to young Taylor, Ross Taylor. Now Louis Nell onto Aubrey Kutsir. Louis Nell. And he puts it to boot deep into Villagers territory there. And he's just gone a little kick ahead. Villagers now taking the ball upfield.
Great kick by Rudy Page. He finds a lot of space out as Damien Rawston has to track back to McLaughlin.
Options here, but he goes with the kick into no man's land. No one at home there. Great kick there from McLaughlin.
Oh, Wynand McLaughlin putting his stamp on this game early on. He seeks the territory, the wide open spaces in behind the Villagers' defensive line. Number 26 is going to feed this line out, Nick.
26, my word, they're getting all the numbers out possible.
All the numbers available here. Villagers camp deep in their 22. We're not really sure who's playing number 26, but here we go. Beautiful line out take there by number 7. That was Utete, I think. Nope, looks like someone else. Great rolling maul by Villagers as Enko Martins comes in from the side. And the penalty advantage. Oh, it's a test match atmosphere here tonight, Nick.
And we absolutely love it. This is what we wait the entire working week for. Matches and encounters like this.
It's fever pitch and both teams are climbing in. You can see this means a lot to both of them. It's Derby Day at Hamilton's. What an occasion.
You can just smell it in the atmosphere. Lawrence with the throw in. He's going to try find the front jumper.
Oh, Enko Martin steals. It's a bit unfortunate there. Enko Martins was great work in the front of the line out, but then it was lost forward. And looks like Idrich Voljoen picked it up in an offside position. And he's just beautiful touch finder by, that's number 15, that looks like it's for Meerlin. And now Villagers are camped deep in Hammy's territory.
They got a great foundation here to set up an attacking line out for the potential try.
7.5 minutes gone. Villagers hot on attack here.
Full line out they're going for. And, rookie mistake there. Skew throw.
A skew feed in the line out, letting Hammies off the hook.
They were looking on to score there.
Well, that was a great opportunity. Great kick by Vermeulen deep into Hammy's 22. And then, unfortunately, from the line out, a skew feed. Certainly advice coming thick and fast here by Morgan Newman.
Shouting the orders here. Morgan Newen making his foray into the coaching world.
Yes, Morgan Newman, an old stalwart of Hamilton's, now applying his trade in the coaching staff of the Villagers first team as Enko Martins comes away with it.
Hammies now on their own line, trying to just get the exit plan into gear, in which they do.
Great clearance there by Heinz Steenkamp, relieving some pressure.
Lawrence now with the ball in hand. Villagers coming here tonight truly mean business. Going wide now, Appiah, who releases his centre. Rudy Page now with a beautiful crisp pass onto number 1 there, Mr. Sali. Rudy Page now. He's been the one player tonight who's really been able to execute his passes to perfection.
Yes, Rudy Page, tremendous experience. Former Bulls and Springbok player. A visitor to the 2015 World Cup for the Springboks under Heineke Meyer. And he will certainly be looking to add this feather to his cap, a win in the league over Hamilton's for Villagers, as Vermeulen drives this one deep into the Hammies 22. Not quite sure what that penalty was for, but so far, Villagers with the ascendancy. They've had the better of the first 10 and a half minutes or so. They have another line-out opportunity deep inside Hammy's territory. And it looks like it's going to be Lawrence to feed the line-out. He didn't succeed the first time. This one's perfect, though, as they set up the rolling maul.
Driving forward, just driving towards that line. You can just feel it from Villagers. Pushing, urging, using every part of their being to get over that line. But Hammies with outstanding defense here so far.
Seems like there's penalty advantage here. What will Villagers try?
Sali with a strong run there towards the Hammies line. Rudy Page onto the hooker.
That's Lawrence again.
Going wide now, Appiah onto his outside centre, Bartels. Hammy's defense here looking very impressive. Holding up anything that Villagers throw at them.
Whoa, here's a bit of a lift there. Thankfully there wasn't not a tip. And now a few words being uttered here, Nick. A few emotions running high.
The winger charging in all the way from the touchline to go and greet them. Such a nice bloke he is.
Another penalty to Villagers. Will they take the points? They've had the ascendancy so far in these 12 minutes. Bit of a discussion here. Looks like they're going to try and find the touchline again and set up a rolling maul. And it's Vermeulen. He puts this one out about 7 meters from the Hammies try line. Not much continuity, by the way, from Hammies so far. They've been under pressure. But they've weathered the storm so far. They have to defend a rolling maul deep in their own territory here.
Lawrence finding his jumper as Villagers now try and push up towards the line. Get that driving momentum going. Hammy's defense very resolute here.
Great maul defense by Hammies. high fives. It definitely means a lot to the players, and we're going to see that as this game goes on.
As Nick Roback gets lifted up by his teammates. Putting in a big, strong performance here tonight.
Still 0-0 in the derby. No score at the moment. Villagers have turned down 2 or 3 kickable opportunities, Nick.
Yeah, I think they're backing themselves to try and score the first try here.
Or is it a bit of overconfidence?
Time will tell.
Louis Null will feed the scrum by the looks of things. Just about halfway into the... Oh no, it looks like the scrum has been awarded to Villagers. Not entirely sure what the call was there. It's Rudy Page. He's going to feed.
The seasoned professional. Page now gets the ball out. Another beautiful pass onto Appiah, who gives it on the inside to his centre, young Bartels. Now, Villagers with a prime opportunity to score.
Massive defence by Hammies. They've held this one up. They've ordered to release there.
Villagers now. All in their court. All them. Rudy Page needs to get in there and get the ball out wide. Appiah goes by himself. Couldn't get the pass away. Outstanding defense from Hamilton's. Aubrey could see, pleading to get it out to them. Turnover here.
It's a turnover. Hammy's come away with it. Here's Louis Null. He's going to look for Steenkamp to relieve some pressure here.
Steenkamp running on, and he gets his kick away. Beautiful clearance kick. Finding some good meters.
Well, Hamilton's under tremendous pressure here in the first 15 minutes of this game. It's been all Villagers for the last 10 minutes. Hammy's not able to get their hands on the ball, not able to get any sort of continuity or to build any sort of pressure or to disrupt the very good Villagers set piece. Hammy's have profited off of playing opponents with weak set pieces, but this is beautifully taken again by Villagers as they play to Appiah. Rudy Page back to Appiah.
Going on to the fullback. The fullback goes by himself. Passes it inside onto the Frenchie. Going wide now. It's all Villagers. As the crowd get their voices nice and warmed up. Going wide. Oh, beautiful stepping. And it's turned out to be Hammy's ball.
Great turnover there by Hammies. That was a desperate situation for Hammies, and they managed to turn that one over. They're going to try and run it outside from their own 22. Heinz Steenkamp and McLaughlin's in the pocket. He'll try and find touch. He gets some good distance on this one.
Appiah with the quick throw in onto Vermeulen. Vermeulen now with acres of space. Gets the pass away to the flanker Utete. Now Page to Appiah. Venturing with the wide play. Oh, uncanny mistake there from Villagers.
Lawrence loses the ball forward. And Nick, it's heart in mouth stuff at times here for Hammies.
Very colourful display from Morgan Newman on the touchline. He knows how important those mistakes are if you want to win here.
He will be very encouraged by the first 18 minutes in this game. You can see his belief is growing that Villagers can come away here at a place they haven't won in nearly 2 decades. They certainly look like the team in the ascendancy at the moment. Hamilton's will have to lift their energy They have to get their hands on the ball here, otherwise the dam wall is likely to burst.
As the reserves just go for a quick run on the field, Wensley Scott leading the pack there. And the crowd's voice is really warming us up this evening like a hot Tinder date.
Well, we've reached a crucial juncture in this game, Nick. Hammies have the ball probably for the first time in about 15 minutes. And the question is, can they get back into Village's half? Can they build some pressure? Can they come away with points? Villagers have turned down at least 3 or 4 kickable penalties. They've gone for the corner. They have yet to come away with points themselves. And they've certainly led Hammies in with an opportunity here. 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes gone. First 20 minutes have certainly belonged to Villagers. They've had the overwhelming share of possession. Hammies have been on the back foot scrambling in defense. And now they will be looking to get out of their half as the crowd erupts into song here next to me, Nick. I can hardly hear myself.
Hammies looking to go blindside but didn't go out the way they planned. Scrum down, Villagers ball. Morgan Newman absolutely going off at the top of his voice, where in the opposite corner Coach Robert taking it nice and easy and chilled approach, not getting too animated, not giving much away.
Rudy Page will feed.
A lot of steam coming off that scrum. Just shows you how cold it is here tonight.
And the free kick comes. I'm not sure what the free kick was for. The Villagers scrum certainly collapsed under its own weight there. Heinz Steenkamp, will he take a tap penalty and put an up and under? Looks like Louis Knowles rather going to tap and go here. He's going to play to Ray Williams.
Hammy's taking the ball upfield. Louis now.
Great carry by Ross Taylor there.
Heinz Steenkamp with the ball. Heinz Steenkamp decides to go alone. Hammy's making meters.
Great carry by Damien Ralston on the far side on the right wing as Louis Null swings back to Aubrey Kutsia.
Ray Williams powering through. Louis now with his box kick. Vermeulen now with much to do. And he finds a handsome touch. Great clearance there from young Vermeulen.
Well, Hammy's not really being able to penetrate the resolute Villagers defensive line. Louis Null putting it in behind. Vermeulen counters with the touch finder. Now Aubrey Kutsia can feed. Will they set up a rolling maul here? Will they look to exploit the space out wide? Damien Ralston's had a very quiet game so far. Wingers have not seen much of the ball. And that's one against the throw as Edric Viljoen nearly comes away with it. Here goes number 26. A bit unlucky there by Edric Viljoen. Massive hit there by Devin Martinez as he comes flying into the tackle.
Appiah goes wide.
Beautifully held up there by Hammies. This will be a turnover here in the middle of the field, yeah, just outside the 22. Crucial intervention.
And Hammies come away with a possession.
Well, the warning signs are there, Nick. The warning signs are there. Villagers look very dangerous. Hammies not able to really get over the advantage line and build any sort of pressure. They've continuously met by a very resolute Villagers defensive line. And Louis Null trying to steer the ship from 9. His influence and that of Heinz Steenkamp is going to be crucial to Hammy's chances going forward in this game. They will have to get Hammy's out of their territory. They've been encamped here deep inside their territory. And it's up to Louis Null, Heinz Steenkamp and Wynand McLaughlin to get Hammies on the right side of the field if they are to have any hopes of winning this game. It's been an even affair in the scrum so far this evening, Nick. No side really being able to assert their dominance.
Yeah, and I think that definitely reflects on the scoreboard. Big push by Villagers and the ball hasn't even gone into the scrum.
Well, the ref's going to have a few words here. Villagers certainly pushing before the ball was fed there. Now he's going to have a chat. He's chatting to Aubrey Kutsia and the two front rows from either team. As Devin Martinez rearranges his clothing. Crucial times this, 13 minutes to go, no score. It's been a tense affair, very tight. Villagers with the upper hand, but no points to show for it so far.
I think this must definitely be one of the biggest crowds we witnessed here at the Stephen Oval this season.
Certainly a little bit of fun and games happening in the front rows, a bit of trickery, a bit of dark arts there, Nick.
It wouldn't be rugby if there wasn't any.
A bit of a stoppage in play as Devin Martinez looks to feel his left foot there. No points to show so far. Hamilton's with a scrum just outside the Villagers 22.
An absolute arm wrestle here tonight.
Is this going to be a low-scoring affair, Nick? Could it be decided by a few penalty kicks?
Louis now quickly puts it in. Hammies now with a good counter drive. And Hammy's going to get a bit of breathing space here with that penalty.
Certainly a lot of words being exchanged here. It's been a passionate build-up, an emotional build-up to this week. Villagers have promised an onslaught. They've certainly brought it here. And Heinz Steenkamp letting them know that they're not going to have it their own way here on Hammy's home ground. And I think that ball landed on your car, Nick.
The good old silver bullet. It's not silver and it's not a bullet.
Aubrey Coetzee looks to feed not much of a gap in the line out. He's probably going to look for Henko Martens in the front.
As that gap ever closens. Oh, very well done from the Hammies forwards. Oh, that's some powerful shoving going on there.
Well, it was definitely in from the side there. Referee missed that one. Ferocious contest at the breakdown here.
Louis now with the box
looking
kick.
for some space in behind, but the penalty comes for high tackle. Oh no, the questions certainly being asked of Hammies here. They're going to look to drive this one deep into Villagers 22. And that's a great kick by Heinz Steenkamp. Here's a chance for Hammies. They've had very, very little possession in this half.
Coetzee with the throw. He finds Fulyun. Now with a big strong maul opportunity. Hammies now squeezing towards the line. Just relentless. Going over. Does he get it? Referee has no evidence toward the try as yet. Hammies now just preparing the attack. Louis Null finding young Taylor there. Going wide. Hammies now relentless over this line. Louis Null with a little inside move. Louis Null regathers. And the ref will come back for the penalty. Louis Null takes it onto Aubrey Coetzee. He can't stretch over the line.
Just short. Hammy's relentless pressure here. Lots for the referee to decide about.
And the referee has a look. The referee wants a try to Hamilton's. He saw the opportunity and he darted over the line. Fantastic tie there.
Looks like it's Henko Martens that's got up with the ball, Nick. And it's not the first time he's made crucial interventions for Hammies this season.
Fantastic drive for the line, young Henko Martens.
Hammy's able to build some pressure for the first time in the game, and they come away with the points. It's been a tense affair. Villagers certainly had their fair share of opportunities. They weren't able to convert that into points. And Hammys get the lead in the first half with about 7.5 minutes to go. Heinz Steenkamp, this is a crucial kick. It'll certainly be important that he manages to get the extra 2 points here. Let's see what he manages, Nick.
He strikes it, but he pulls it to the left. And Hammies just retain a 5-point lead with 7 minutes to go before the halftime break.
Yes, Hammies will be relieved. They weathered the early storm there by Villagers. This half is far from over. But Hammies come away with the first score of the game. 5 points to 0 the score at the moment. Certainly the Hammies set piece, the line out and the scrum has unsettled Villagers. Villagers are quite a new team. They've built their team in recent months. Hammies perhaps having a little bit more continuity in terms of time together as Idriful Yun gathers beautifully.
Powering up field there. Louis Null now at the base. He goes for his kick. He gets quite a bit of height on, but nothing for Appiah. Appiah onto his wing, the Frenchie. And the referee will come back for the knock-on.
Well, a contentious decision there. The Hammies coaching staff baying for a charge down there, but in the opinion of the referee,
it just didn't happen.
Bainant McLaughlin tried to catch that ball and then knocked it forward. And Villagers once again deep inside Hammies half. They've got an opportunity now as the first half draws to its close. 5 minutes to go. Certainly plenty of time for either team to still put points on the board.
As Rudy Page, the experienced Rudy Page, puts it in. Onto Appiah. Finding his inside centre, Zwelandaba. Rudy Page now finding Gileba.
There was certainly an opportunity out wide there for Villagers if they could have moved it.
Lost forward, hack ahead, and the referee will come back for a penalty.
Interesting to see what the choice of Villagers will be now as we get close to half time. So far they have not opted to go to posts, even though they've had multiple goalable opportunities, but this time it looks like, let's see, they're certainly going to be opting for goal here. Looks like Vermeulen might be taking the kick. Vermeulen's going to look to narrow that gap down to 2 points, Nick. Certainly one of the most anticipated Hamilton's Villagers derbies in recent years. Both clubs with tremendous tradition and history.
Yeah, it's important for Cape Rugby to have a strong Villagers.
They've certainly proved to be strong here today as Vermeulen lines up the kick. He's going to look to draw Villagers to within 2 points of Hamilton's.
Vermeulen now lines it up. The 1-2 step over, she goes! 5 points to 3, Hamilton's in the lead.
Right, here we are. 3 minutes to go before halftime. We always speak about those crucial moments before and after halftime. Hammies have a chance to get deep into the Villagers' half. And Heinz Steenkamp's going to look to take them there. He hangs this one high in the air. Beautifully won. Oh. Here's Steenkamp again.
With a little kick there towards the touchline, but running onto it is the Frenchie. The Frenchie won't be stopped so easily.
Oh.
Ray Williams with the ball with a sloppy
chance
pass
for
to
Henko
Martins. Martins running down.
That's Valentino Wellman.
And he's pumping the legs. He's pumping his legs. As play finds itself up to the Villagers 22. Martins to Ray Williams. Louis now just restoring some calm there. Going wide. Steenkamp. On to Taylor.
Carry by Ross Taylor.
Louis Null.
Andres Viljoen bursts through. He finds Ray Williams.
Ray Williams, a real pocket rocket tonight. Einstein with a... He couldn't get the pass away. Louis Null at the base of that ruck. Spreading it wide to Aubrey Kutsi, the captain himself. Going to Devin Martinez. Coach is demanding a pick and drive there. And he gets it.
He's close to the line. Miami's. Are they going to keep going with the pick and drives here? We saw them score right at the end against Marties with a pick and drive. Villages defense holding fast.
Villages defense resolute here. Hamilton's content to just keep plugging away for that line. Coach Rob Olivier shouting patience.
We've got to be no more than a meter or so from the line. Yeah, Nick.
Referee watching
the penalty
that line.
advantage comes.
And we'll come back for the offside penalty.
Well, what will the decision be? Are they going to go for the 3 points here? Yes, it looks like the T's being called for. Aubrey Kutsia, Louis Null, and Heinz Steenkamp, the Hammies Brands Trust. What are they going to opt for? They're going to take the 3 points. They've gone for the 3 points. Certainly, Villages somewhat fortuitous to come away only conceding 3 points there, but it's half time after this kick, Nick. So maybe a wise decision after a difficult first half for Hammies to go for the 3 points.
And he slots the 3. 8 points to 3. Hamilton's open up a 5-point lead here. And we might just have sometimes
seems like there's
before halftime
bit of optional bit of injury time there that we missed. The game continues. Hamilton's 8, Villages 3, a 5-point gap restored. We can't be far away from the official halftime break. Villages have another opportunity to get something from this half.
Apia with the restart. He goes high. Hamilton's lose the ball forward. Now Villages on the counter. Finding some space. Onto the 8th man, and he continues to go. He puts it to boot. And Mark called there from, looks to be Heinz Steenkamp.
Heinz Steenkamp covering beautifully there. Certainly Villages looked dangerous with that attack. Put the ball on the boot, and Heinz Steenkamp was there to cover. He'll be looking for touch here, it seems. Now he's going to look for Aubrey Kutsia. He carries strongly. Louis Null going to look to put it up. No.
And he's content to take things into the second half.
Yes, Nick, what a half it's been. Fever pitch atmosphere.
As we have this panoramic view of the beautiful club we at here.
Fever pitch atmosphere, fantastic crowd. A lot of emotion on the field. Half time, Hamilton's 8, Villages 3. And we're just about to get going here in the second half. Hamilton's 8, Villages 3. I'm joined by Nick Brits here as Heinz Steenkamp kicks us off, Nick.
Yes, thank you for that warm welcome, Adrian, as Hamilton's get the second half underway. We are expecting a pulsating encounter here tonight. The ever-experienced Rudy Page with ball in hand. Must be an absolute joy to have him in your ranks. Having international experience.
Well, it's been a fascinating contest here between the two nines. Louis Null for Hammies, Rudy Page for Villages. Certainly, we've seen Rudy Page with some fantastic service, and Heinz, Louis Null's been fantastic in calming the Hamiltons down.
Steenkamp spots gap, takes it, but doesn't get much far.
Well, that's certainly an unplayable maul. Referee says the ball's available. Bit of argy-bargy on the side here between Louis Null, and he's being grasped.
Appiah with the ball, he goes to kick. He gets a lot of lateral movement, but unfortunately his teammate has stepped out.
Well, the passion is there, Nick. We certainly there's a lot for the referees and assistant referees to decide on here. Dave Patterson on the near side touchline. He's getting a lot of advice from the coaches. There was certainly an incident between number 7 Utete and Louis Null on the ground there. The referee not ruling, the assistant referee not ruling any foul play. Robbie Kutsia will feed the line out. And this one's stolen away by Villages. Certainly the travelling supporters getting behind their team here, Nick. They certainly had the better of the first half, but Hammies surged towards the end to claim the half-time lead by 8 points to 3.
As the foghorn at the Mully Point Lighthouse rings around Greenpoint.
Between that and the noon gun, we richly entertained by sound here on the Atlantic seaboard.
Morning, noon and night as Villages go towards the back door. Ray Williams surging up the field. Louis Null now with a calculated pass, and he goes to boot the big lad. They allow it to bounce.
Andries Viljoen with a great kick. Damien Rawston in over the ball. Big call to make here. There we go. The penalty comes. Damien Rawston, the work rate of Damien Rawston coming into play there. He celebrated that steal like he scored the winning try, Nick.
Most definitely.
And Devin Martinez threatening to take it quickly. These crucial moments are certainly going to decide this game. Hammies have shown tremendous character. They've been under huge pressure in this game.
And Heinz Steenkamp gets an absolute beauty there of a line-out kick. Right there, dead on the 5-meter line.
Lots of passion in this game.
Well, if Hammies score here, they're going to stretch their lead quite nicely to more than a try.
So this is a crucial moment in the game. We spoke about that time just before halftime. Hammies getting the penalty just before halftime to stretch the lead to 5 points. Now they have a really good opportunity just short of Villages' line. It's Viljoen. He takes the ball beautifully, and the maul is set up. Beautifully set up. Here go Hammies. They're
Hammies
marching forward.
driving to the line. The ref's got his arm out for advantage. But Louis now at the base gets the pass away to Aubrey Kutsi, the captain. Captain Fantastic. Oh, a lot's going on there. Now, and he just couldn't go anywhere with that ball. Referee bringing them back.
Lots for the referee to rule on here. And certainly decision time for Hammies in terms of whether they're going to go for goal. They opt for another kick into touch. They'll try and set up that rolling maul once again. Here we are. Certainly crucial moments here, Nick.
You can just feel the tenseness in the air. And Villagers have stolen it. Fantastic reading of the line out there from the Villagers flanker.
Rudy Page will look to clear here. Damien Rawston's taking a few steps back. He's right on the touchline expecting the clearance from Appiah, and is this a try?
No try. I repeat, no try. The ref has gone for a penalty to Villagers.
Seems like he's ruling that Ray Williams was in an offside position there when he charged that kick down. He will have some big calls to make in this game as Appiah finds touch just outside the 22. There's another ball heading our way here, Nick.
It's been raining balls tonight.
Number 26 will feed the line out for Villagers. They got away there. Hammy's spurning an opportunity to go for goal, losing the line out. And here's a penalty for obstruction.
Being consistency in calling of that rule tonight. You saw a similar call in the second team game. The truck and trailer.
All right, Heinz Steenkamp's going to look to pump this one.
I feel he should rather be going for goal. 11 points to 3 at this stage would look very good for Hammies.
Well, the question is whether Hammies can trust their line out. They had a golden opportunity just about a minute ago. They were not able to find Taylor at the back. Will they look for Henko Martins at the front or Edric Viljoen in the middle of the line out? Another ball has gone missing here. General Manager Derek running out of balls. There's certainly at least one's been kicked into the horse stables, Basonio.
Those horses will be kicking that all night.
As the hot chocolate arrives, the lighthouse horn is sounding. One couldn't hope for a better spectacle than this, Nick.
It's a cold winter's night and we're sitting here with lovely Saggy Stone hot chocolates. What more could a simple man want? As Hammies now drive towards the Villagers line. Hammies now with a good attacking front foot. Louis Null with ball in hand and he's setting up Nick Robeck. And Nick Robeck drives towards the line. Louis now, who's in the next pod? Could be Aubrey Kutsi, but it's stolen. He stole it like a thief in the night.
Well, another turnover by Hammies close to the line. Villagers escaping at the moment. Getting out of jail. Rudy Page puts this one high into the night sky. Finds touch on the Villagers 22. Hammies will have another chance. It won't be long though, Nick, before they start thinking of taking that 3 points.
As number 16 Goosen comes on for Villagers. replacing number 2, Mr. Lawrence.
Seems like that could be Louis Null down there. Let's hope that's not too serious for Hammy's sake.
Oh, as I sip on my hot chocolate, it's truly delightful.
Made with extra love by Princess from Saggy Stone.
Go, you good thing. It's a true fulfillment of the senses here tonight.
Most definitely, Nick. Fantastic crowd behind the goalposts. This match has been the talk of the town all week. The Villagers coaching staff had promised that they'd be celebrating on this field as another line out goes awry for Hammies.
Rudy Page there at the bottom of that ruck. Coach Morgan Newman demanding a pod be set up. Pick and drive there eventually from Villagers.
Here comes the box kick. Damien Rawson tracks back. Oh, here's trouble. Big trouble, and Damien Rawson saves the day there. He couldn't field that one in the under the lights here at Hammies, but he certainly put in tremendous effort to save the day. Had that fallen for the Villagers wing, Guna, he could have been away there. It was a great box kick by Rudy Page, using all of his experience and talent.
Great chant tonight.
Rudy Page will feed the Villagers scrum. It's one of the first scrums of the second half. Rudy Page will feed just inside Hammy's territory.
Rudy Page now going by himself. He's found space. Oh, and he's stepped and he's been brought down. Now the centre choosing to go by himself. Zwelendaba.
Fantastic intervention there by Damien Rawson with the ankle tap on Rudy Page. Otherwise, the Springbok may have been under the post there, Nick. Here go Villagers again with the pick and drive. Penalty advantage. And the referee has ruled offside against Hammies. Louis Null seems to be struggling a bit. And Clinton Haps is
Villagers going with the smart option here of going for poles.
Yes, Hammy's had a couple of opportunities a few minutes ago to get the 3 points to build the scoreboard pressure. But as it's turned out, Villagers have a penalty right underneath the posts. And it's Vermeulen who's going to look to add the extra 3 and narrow that scoreline down to 8 points to 6, just a 2-point gap.
Vermeulen lines up. Important kick for the game. And he slots it in his sleep.
And there's another ball into the horse stables Basonio?
The horses are going to be scrumming down tonight.
Hamilton's 8, Villages 6. 25 minutes to go. Who's going to take the derby? It's anybody's game.
And Louis Null comes off. And who is
It's
the...
Clinton Haps will replace him as Heinz Steenkamp doesn't find 10 meters with his kickoff, but Villages play on. They use the advantage. Oh,
big strong run there from Sali.
counter-ruck comes.
Hamilton's losing their way a bit now. If they go for poles, could be interesting here. But Apia is going to go and set the line out.
He finds touch on the 22. And once again, Villages back where they started this game for most of the first half, deep inside Hammy's territory. Hammy's will have to show character now, like they did in the first half, to weather the storm. Points on the board are crucial, Nick. I think that's the lesson from the first half. Hammy's had multiple goalable penalties that they opted to kick to touch. So did Villages in the first half. It's going to be a question of who plays the scoreboard better in the second half. Will probably end up winning the game.
As Villagers go towards the back jumper, powering through, using all their might to drive up into the Hammies 22. And they continue to drive forward, pushing ever so closer. And the referees adjudge that more to be brought down illegally as Apia brings on his back line. Rudy Page with the quick ball. Apia with the inside ball. Villages now got Hammy at their wits' end.
Huge pressure here by Villages. Are they going to show the necessary patience? They're playing with penalty advantage for side entry at that maul. Here's
Going
Apia.
inside, Apia for the winger. And in the front chair is over for the try. Villagers take the lead again.
Well, a beautiful move. Backline move by Villages.
Incredible stuff there from Kofi Apia.
He held that ball up beautifully for De Frankie to run onto it. And the Hamilton's defense was all at sea. Certainly Hamilton's woes in this half, Nick, have started with their problems in the line out. They now trail by 11 points to 8. Vermeulen's going to line up the kick here, and he'll look to stretch the lead to 5 points.
Vermeulen now lining up the kick. It's quite strange that the player's getting stretching in front of the kicker, but he slots it no problem. 13 points to 8. Villagers in the control seat here.
Well, Villagers have looked very enterprising. Amy is certainly guilty of missing some first-time tackles now in the second half. As McLaughlin, it seems, he's going to restart here. Clinton Haps, he's on the field.
Crowd getting very animated here.
Ammies will have to hit back quickly here. McLaughlin with a deep hanging kickoff.
Caught there from Villagers. Coming
Seems like
upfield.
there's some substitutes on here, Nick. Looks like it could be Vandre Nokia in jersey number 17. Rudy Page with another massive kick. Huge up and under by Wynand McLaughlin. It's weighted by Vermeulen. He gets hacked down.
Villager having time to set their defense now. Rudy Page onto Apia. And he's with a very comfortable kick. Well gathered there from the winger.
Valentino Wellman with a great gather.
Now, perhaps
Vandre
going on
Nokia.
to Arno Gustafsson, who's entered the fray. As Devin Martinez limps off here. Driving forward.
There's Wayne McLaughlin. He's slotted in at 10. Oh. Ref plays on. McLaughlin, he gets hacked down. The breakdowns are ferociously contested here as the penalty comes. Harps tries to get away with it. He gets scragged. Here goes McLaughlin. He gets wrapped up by Rudy Page. And a few words being said there. Certainly a few choice words being spoken by Rudy Page to Clinton Harps there.
I'm sure he's testing out his Japanese.
Penalty to Hammies for the high tackle on Clinton Harps. What will McLaughlin decide? He
Has to go for poles, my friend.
looks like he's going to try and take a shot at goal here as we reach the final quarter of the game, Nick.
It's going to heat up now.
Villagers 13, Hammies 8. Villagers have scored all the points in the second half, 10 of them, through a converted try by DeFranchi and a penalty by Vermeulen.
It's an important kick in the greater context of this game.
The Morgan Newman pacing up and down the technical area there. He knows he's perhaps 18 minutes or so from having masterminded a famous win here.
McLaughlin strikes it, and it's over! 11 points to 13, Villagers in the lead.
Well, that was a great kick by Wayne McLaughlin. What a talented player he is. That must have been on the long side of the field, all of 47, 48 meters, Basonio.
He kicks to the left, he kicks to the right. Wayne McLaughlin will kick you all night. As Appiah with the restart. Goes back to McLaughlin. And he gets brought down.
Well, Clinton Harps will look for the box kick here. Gets a lot of height on it. Oh, that's got to be a penalty, surely.
And the referee judges a penalty to Villagers.
Well, I think Dave Patterson missed that late charge on Henko Martins there. Vermeulen will line the shot at goal here. It was certainly an attempt by the number 11, Gunnar, to interfere with Henko Martins as he came charging through on that kick. Here's Vermeulen, he's going to line this kick up, Nick.
Important kick here for Villagers. They need to get all the points they can take. Such a beautiful, picturesque view there in the background. Cape Town Stadium, the moon, and let's see if the kicker can finish off the portrait. He strikes it. He's happy. The touch judges are happy, and it's over. 16 points to 11. Villagers in front.
Yes, just over 15 minutes or so to go, Nick. You can feel the tension in the air. The emotion is there. Wayne McLaughlin, he's going to try and put this one high and long into the Villagers 22, where the ball finds
So
There was certainly a knock on there. This is a crucial moment now for Hammies.
silly mistake. Is that going to hurt Villagers?
Great kick by Vaynant McLaughlin. That hung high above the floodlights here at Hammy's neck. No wonder.
That needed to get flight clearance.
No wonder the flanker struggled to take that one.
That ball got more flight than Kalula has this year.
Here we go. Hammies with a scrum. Deep in the Villagers 22, where Clinton Habs will feed. 15 minutes to go on the clock. Villagers coming to Hamilton's. They promised an onslaught. They've brought an onslaught. Hammies will have to react. They'll have to show some character and dig deep here to get ahead on the scoreboard.
Harps puts it in. Strong drive there from the pack of forwards. Oh, and they keep it in the forwards. They keep it going. Pure heart, pure grit there. And the ref will bring them for the penalty. Moral victory there for Hamilton's.
Yes, certainly a massive scrum there for Hammies. The question is now, what will they do? Will they back themselves to scrum again? Will they? Oh, yes, they have. They have actually opted for the scrum again. This Villagers pack may be tiring here. They've certainly put up a tremendous resistance so far in this game. 14 minutes on the clock. Hamilton's trailing by 5 points. Villagers 16, Hamilton's 11. In the derby, hugely anticipated. Certainly by evidence of the crowd, the Villagers spectators have turned out here en masse tonight.
Such anticipation for this move. Absolute monarch of a scrum going on there. Pushing it forward. Pushing it forward.
That'll be another penalty here, surely.
Unleashing the back line of Hamilton's.
Great carry by DJ Faulkner. Is that ball out? Perhaps he's under tremendous pressure.
Fighting
from a
for that
counter-ruck.
ball. The replacement number 19 surges through.
Is that up
Hamilton's been relentless here on the attacking line.
Another penalty advantage here coming from the referee. Can they finish here, Hammies? Here's McLaughlin.
Hammy's now sniffing that try line. Like a sniffer dog, and he's put it down, but the referee will come back. He'll come back for the penalty.
Well, the question is, Nick, will the patience of the referee run out here? These are multiple penalties at the scrum inside the 22 by Villagers, and now the question is, are we going to scrum again? The Villagers defense has proved very difficult to break down for Hamilton's in this game so far, as a few players are now lying on the field with injuries and fatigue, I suspect.
Is the referee brave enough to make his own decision?
Well, that's going to be a crucial question. There's certainly been cases in this game where the Hamilton's coaching staff will feel tremendously frustrated by some of the decisions that have been missed by the officials.
Don't worry, it's not load shedding, just the council own fields switching off their lights. Please don't fear.
Well, time is off. Hamilton's forwards are pumped up for this scrum. Seems like there's a replacement on at prop for Villagers, bringing on some fresh legs. Those white jerseys are certainly looking quite faded at the moment. Nick, there's a lot of mud on the field.
Well, I tell you, the laundromat's going to be in business tomorrow.
Here we go, Haps. He's going to feed again. This could be a deciding moment in the game, Nick. 10 minutes left on the clock.
This is where dreams are made. And nightmares as well. Such a grand position this for Hamilton to try and score from. Pushing, driving, urging the line. Surely now the ref has probably seen enough. No. No cards yet.
Well, it's a succession of penalties here. And I'm afraid to say that Villagers are trying to ruin the contest at the scrum, and they are not being suitably penalised for it, in my opinion, Nick.
And it is definitely an educated opinion on that too.
We're going to scrum again, and I suspect we'll do this until the referee awards a penalty try or a yellow card. Another penalty there. Villagers certainly know they're under pressure in the scrum, and they have no interest at this stage in keeping that scrum up. They're standing up under pressure, breaking away from the scrum early. And surely it's only a matter of time.
Hammy's now putting the ball in. Referee not happy with something there.
Well, the sands of time, Nick, are running out. Every scrum reset eats up a little bit more time. And that is certainly to the advantage of Villagers, who hold a 5-point lead. Here we go. Clinton Haft's going to feed. Oh, well, the scrum collapses. There's no call from the assistant referee. I would find it rather curious, Nick, if Hamilton's was guilty of collapsing a scrum 7 meters from the line, with the pressure that's being placed on Villagers at the moment. It's just really going to be a question of whether the referee is brave enough to make a decision.
We can only see it unfold.
This is the crucial moment in the game. Time is ticked. We've spent about 5 or 6 minutes down here with a succession of scrums. And I fear that if Hamiltons don't come away here with 7 points,
it could be game.
It could be game over for them.
And the Villagers' scrum is resolute on this occasion. Backline move. Goes to hand. He's goes for the corner. Can he do it? Oh, no. He's gone out. The linesman has raised his flag. Great cover defensive from the Villagers.
And here comes Arno Gustafsson now, along with Wesley Scott, for the remaining 5 or 6 minutes or so of this game. It has been a tough night for the backs, Nick. They haven't seen much of the ball.
No, definitely it's been a forwards game tonight.
Well, Hammies have a chance here. If they can disrupt the Villagers line-out, that's probably where things have gone wrong for Hamilton's. They've not been able to count on their line-out here in the second half. So great throw over the top.
Risky line-out choice
and
there.
It's not straight. It's not straight.
And Coach Rob urgently calling for a scrum.
Well, here we go. Now we really have reached the moment, Nick. It's now or never, I fear, for Hamilton's. Arno Gustafsson's going to pack down on the tight head prop.
An absolute beast of a player. All the way from Puka. Studying accountancy here in Cape Town and joining his local club of Hamilton's. As our chairman Mike Reynolds looks on there, expecting a try, one can only assume.
Well, time's off. The referee, Murat, he's going to have a few words again now. It just seems to me to be quite curious that he's spoken so often without any real effect in the scrums. Time's back on. There's a little over 3 minutes or so left. Probably a little bit more on the referee's watch. Here go Hammies. It's now or never.
As the ball goes into the scrum, Hammy's powering towards the line. Hammy's powering towards the line. McLaughlin now onto his inside centre. Quick pick and drive. Beautifully executed there. Hammy's now on the front foot for the try line. Hammy's now trying. Clinton Herbst going by himself. And it's come to nothing. Hammy's now trying to do what they can to get over the line. Villagers scrolling in defence there.
There must be no more than a metre. Here's the moment, Nick. The referee's got to make sure that Villagers are onside.
We're hanging on to our seats.
We're going to go back for another penalty. Well,
might as well just go for a scrum again.
Hammies are going to live or die on their scrums here, Bassanio. It seemed to be a bit of an error there that perhaps took that ball out of the scrum. Had he allowed Hamilton's to march forward, he may have put the ref in a situation where a penalty try could have been awarded. I certainly have. One would have thought that he may have allowed that scrum to go on a little bit further and force the hand of the referee, but he chose not to do it. Here we go.
Hammy's now with a big scrum here. Ball goes in. And they're pushing, and they're pushing. I don't know what's going on there now with the referee.
Well, that could well be the deciding moment, and
I can't say I'm impressed by that call, but anyway.
Well, I think that's a coach killer. That is an absolute coach killer. It is absolutely extraordinary that a scrum that has been so dominant gets penalised 5 meters from the line. It defies, I'm afraid, all rugby logic. Whatever the rule is, whatever the law is, that cannot be rugby logic. That is unbelievable.
I'm finding it very hard to be neutral at this time, calling the game.
Well, credit to Villagers. One thing they have done is they've put up a tremendous fight here on defence. They've been under pressure at times. They've dominated crucial parts of the game. They've taken the points when it's been on offer in the second half. And that's why they're ahead at the moment. And here's another penalty. Well, there's another penalty for Villagers, and I'm afraid it looks like this one is going to go the way of Villagers. I don't know how much time is left. They seem to be setting up a line out inside Hammy's half. Vermeulen at least will sends that one deep into Hammy's territory. They're going to run it from here, surely. Here goes McLaughlin. Oh, here we go.
Fantastic run there.
Are we set for a grandstand finish here, Bassanio? That's
Went
backwards,
back,
surely.
went
That's backwards. There's a penalty.
You have to wonder how much time is left in this classic encounter.
There's McLaughlin. He's going to send this one into Villagers' territory. Here we go again. Well, it's hard to not mention some of the refereeing decisions that have been made in this game. Nick, taking nothing away from Villagers, this has got to be a huge concern for rugby, for Western Province Super League rugby. If the quality of refereeing is of this standard, it makes rugby almost impossible to watch.
As Hammy's now.
Oh, was he played in the air?
Aubrey could see with a massive hit. As Hammy's now trying march towards the line. As they go down midfield there.
Here goes McLaughlin to Wensley Scott. Here's Valentino Wellman.
Now
Yes.
Hammy's.
Space on the outside. Great defense. Has he lost that forward? Ball's out. Who has it, Nick?
I can't
What's
see.
going on?
It's a
Hard to
free
see what's
fall.
going on there? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, the penalties come. Hammy's off their feet. They got counteract off the ball there.
You got to ask yourself how much time is left. Not too long, I imagine.
There cannot be much left here. There's a Villagers player on the floor. I think that will be full time. They promised they would celebrate Morgan Newman delivering the last words of advice here. Delivering the last words of advice. He promised he would celebrate on this field, and I believe we're going to see a massive celebration here as soon as this ball goes out. They know they've won this one, and Vermeulen puts that into touch. And there he goes. There goes Morgan Newman. The high fives are there, Nick. The Dirty Whites have come to Hamilton's. They've stolen the show.
What a game of rugby. We won't talk about the refereeing, but just you got to congratulate Villagers from where they've been for these last 20-odd years.
For a number of years. They've certainly built up the squad. They came and put a resolute performance together here. They defended like Trojans. And Ammies might feel aggrieved at the scoreline here, but certainly a lot of credit to Villagers. They came to this derby with fighting spirits, and they prevailed on the day in what will prove to be a famous win, Nick.
No, most definitely here on this fantastic Friday night rugby sets up the weekend very nicely. Tomorrow morning hosting the SA Schools matches here, and then the big one at Cape Town Stadium. So what a feast of rugby we're in for the rest of the weekend.
Yes, Nick, it's going to be an absolute festival of rugby here in Cape Town and internationally. A lot of series deciding games all over the world. In New Zealand with the All Blacks versus Ireland, Australia versus England, Argentina and Scotland are battling it out for in the series decider tomorrow, and then of course the big one here at Cape Town Stadium between the Springboks and Wales.
Well, thank you for a lovely evening, Adrian, and from the rest of the broadcast team, we are going to be signing off here.
Thanks, Nick.